Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all good? I hope so. Y'all listen. I want to talk about another scene from Why Did I Get Married, right? And because Tyler Perry is making a third installment of Why Did I Get Married, titled Why Did I Get Married Again? And I just want to go through both of the movies again, just, to refresh our memory, talk about the scenes that stuck out to me, just kind of like a deep dive or whatever. And when it comes to his movies, I think number one for me is Temptation, The Confessions of a Marriage Counselor. Then Why Did I Get Married? Why Did I Get Married Too? What else? The Family That Prays, and then The 6888. I think those are my favorites. But when it comes to the table scene and Why Did I Get Married, and as it relates to Gavin and Patricia and what Mike did, I will never be friends with Mike again. Ever. Mike was mad at Angela, but he betrayed everybody. When Angela told Sheila that Mike and Trina were together, he couldn't handle that. His ego collapsed. It was like a narcissistic wound. Sheila was in denial at first, but then she asked Mike if it was true, and he responded with, "Yeah, it's true. I'm the bad guy." So when he went to spilling everybody's secret, he said, "But I'm not the only one at this table with some secrets." What he was really saying is, I'm not the only bad person at this table. If I'm going down, everybody going down. He didn't care about friendship because his ego was bruised. He wasn't as confident as he pretended to be. His insecurities were showing. Even though the only person at that table who called him out was Angela, he convinced himself that everybody must have been talking about him. He was being defensive. And when he started telling secrets, he started with the one who called him out first about bringing Trina up in there, which was Terry. Terry called him out when they were sitting on the back porch. And not only that, Mike was like, "Y'all trying to make me look like a clown, but you the real clown, bruh. You out here trying to get this woman to give you another baby, and it ain't happening cause she got them tubes tied. So your chances of having a boy is slim to none," because that's what he told them. Do y'all not see how cold that is? Then he moved on to the most hurtful one of them all. The secret he told about Gavin to Patricia, that was cold and heartless because he weaponized their son's passing. It was like that man was saying, "F that kid. I don't care nothing about that." Only to take the heat off of himself. And that's dirty and it's sad because Gavin went to him as a friend, as a confidant. You can see it in Gavin's face when Mike starts talking. You can see his mind going, he's sitting there like, well, okay, what is he about to say? Like, what did I say to him? What was it? And once he realized what Mike was saying, you could tell in his facial expression, he was like, "Oh my gosh, I did say that to him." But again, he went to him as a friend and a confidant. And Mike sat at that table and treated Gavin like an enemy. Not only did he treat him like an enemy, in a way, he tried to make Gavin look like less of a man because he stressed the part about him coming over to his house crying. And then made him look like a fake caring husband because he said, "Since you and Patricia walking around here like the perfect couple." And in a way, he almost sounded envious of their relationship, but more like, "You're not a better man than me, so let's go ahead and tell your wife that you called her stupid and wondered why she didn't strap your son in. Let's go ahead and tell her how you blame her for your son's passing, alright?" And when he said it, Patricia, she kind of jumps back in shock. But I feel like she sort of suspected or maybe even wondered if Gavin felt that way. Even if he told her right after the situation, "It's not your fault, it's not your fault." If she was feeling like it was her fault, she had to feel deep down inside that he probably felt the same way. But once she heard those words out loud, that destroyed whatever she was hanging on to stay in that marriage. So from that point on, Patricia felt like there was no way Gavin could truly love her after what happened to Noah. In her mind, it's like there's no way. And that could be because she probably would not have been able to forgive him if it was the other way around. So not only did Mike tell Gavin's secret, but he also opened wounds that they were still trying to heal. But he didn't care. He was not about to sit there and be the only flawed person at the table. But since he felt like Angela was trying to make him out to be the bad guy, he doubled down on it. And once he was finished, that man said checkmate. And if you've ever played chess, you know when the winner says checkmate, ain't no more moves to be made. He was not gonna let up until everybody at that table felt as small as he did. And he was embarrassed by what Angela said. And it's like his frame of mind was, if y'all gonna embarrass me, I'm gonna embarrass you even worse. Okay? Mike called out Terry, Diane, Gavin, and Marcus. And the way he called them out was very similar to the moves you would make in a chess game. Yeah, I would never be friends with Mike again. First off, you pulled me into your mess, and I didn't have nothing to do with it. You told secrets that I came to you with because I thought I could trust you. I thought you were my boy, that you had my back. But once your back was against the wall, you used me as a shield to protect you from your truths. What Angela said wasn't wrong. You were wrong for even messing with that lady in the first place, for even thinking it was a good idea for her to be on this trip. And not only that, you made your wife drive all the way while you flew with your side chick. If that ain't some trash behavior, I don't know what it is. But if you were bold enough to bring her up in here, you should be bold enough to stand 10 toes down in your BS without trying to bring everybody else down who didn't do nothing to your old dirty dog tail. Like, that was real trifling. The fact that you weaponized these folks' deceased son because you were in your feelings about what Angela said. We ain't got nothing to do with this at all. You need to handle that on your own, bruh. That's crazy to me. I don't know. Y'all get down in the comments and tell me what you thought about Mike. And tell me what you think about Mike when he brought up what Gavin came to him and said. Like, could you forgive Mike? Even if it's whatever the secret was, if it was Terry's secrets, Diane's, Mark, whatever it was, do you think that you could forgive Mike for what he did? And if you feel like, you know what, eventually I can get past it, do you think you could ever trust him? Look, that day at that table would have been the last time I ever said anything to Mike. Period. But y'all get down in the comments and let me know, and I'll talk to y'all later.